This plugin's getting a lot of buzz, so let's see what all the fuzz is about. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Emily Bowie. I'm a producer and engineer here in Nashville, Tennessee. And today we're going to be talking about the brand new plugin from Waves, the Retro-Fi. The timestamps are available for your convenience, so feel free to skip around if needed. But if you'd like to help the channel out further, consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can see more videos like it. Also, feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. So I made sure that I didn't watch any other videos reviewing this plugin before I had a chance to check it out for myself. And I didn't want to be kind of influenced by anybody else's review or their conclusion of the plugin or how they reviewed it. So this is going to be kind of a reaction video to the Retro-Fi, along with some additional feedback and information. But enough of that chit chat, let's get started. So I've got a song here. It's kind of a cinematic type thing. There's a little bit of hip hop elements to it, and I felt like this was kind of a good go-between of cinematic hip hop and pop, a little bit of rock-ish elements in there. It's very action-packed, there's a lot of sound effects, and I feel like that's kind of the area that this plugin may shine best and allow us to get kind of a full feel of what it can actually do. So I'll play a little bit of this song for you just so you can get a feel for it. And this is with the Retro-Fi in Bypass.
I'm Schwarzenegger in these suckers and started my movie with a huge blast. Trigger happy, need more villains to smash. Briefcase full of cash, pockets full of bombs. Bad guys wearing islands, waiting for response. Feeling the passion, getting in action, certain fashion, shooting the Gatling, fires cracking, satellite tracking, we're on the move, smacking, attacking, advanced bulletproof fabrics, geek providing gadgets, high-tech glasses for night vision graphics, semi-automatic, killing everyone systematic, fools getting dramatic, hot chick traumatic, telling her don't panic, getting a little romantic, sprockets and eyes shows me she's ready for the magic. St. Patrick Catholic, I'm the real gun preacher, bad leader, military special feature, old marine contacts, secret keeper, bring grim reaper, Professor to Evita. The villain is German, speaking with a Russian accent. He got a nuclear bomb, playing the same song all over again. He wants a lot of cash and free exit to the Bahamas. There's a wave about to crash.
Okay, so we've had a little bit of a listen there. Kind of a cool song. There's absolutely no plugins whatsoever on here at the moment. So anyways, let's see what we can add the Retro-Fi to. Right now I've got it on this loop right here. I'll solo that up so you can see just what that is doing. So that's a cool little loop that we've got, and let's see what the Retro-Fi does to it. I'll bring it in after playing a little bit of it. Okay, so just in its default setting here, this is a full reset. It really brings down the overall volume. So I'm wondering if there's some sort of compression in here. Like I said, this is just sort of a first look, a first reaction to this plugin. I haven't really read up anything on it. I was real interested in the 50s and 60s, the decades here, which was kind of interesting if this is more of a hip hop type of plugin. Not real sure what the 50s and 60s is going to be adding there. So let's just start pressing and turning knobs. So this tone knob is either kind of, darkening or brightening what the sound effect that we've set. It's kind of closed off and dark. And then the more you turn it to the right, brightens it up. Okay, so now we've got our mix. I wonder what, is that just lock it? Yeah. Okay, so you have a little lock button here. So if you set however much, if you want to bring that in kind of parallel style, you've got a little lock switch there so you don't accidentally take that to another place. So that's bypassed. All right, so let's move on and see what this space section does. So you've got some echo here, some reverb, and then click on these, I guess, to engage it. And you can set the time to whatever your session is in, or you can't really, it doesn't let you enter it manually. So I guess you just use the knob here. Oh, there you go. So there you go. You can go up and down on that and set it to how you want it. So that's pretty cool. I like the ping pong option and switching back and forth between a plate and a spring reverb. That's kind of cool. Let's see what the feedback adds. I've already stopped the track. That's how long it was going. It was still going. Wow. Okay. This is really cool down here. I love the high pass filter. I think that's great for something like this. You've also got the low pass option and this mono section right here. And because these are highlighted, I feel like you can automate that. So you can have something, sound pretty mono. God, that feedback is too much. Still going. That's crazy. Okay, let's pull back down on that a little bit. But this is cool. So you can start out kind of mono, and then in certain sections right before some sort of drop or something, and then open that up. If you can automate that, that's really cool. So really mono. And then comes back wide. That's really cool. I like that. Again, with the mix knob here, you can mix however much in parallel. That feedback is pretty intense. So let's continue over here. I guess we'll need to click these on to use them. Okay, so we've got some different settings here for cassette. Let's try that out. It's still going. I've already pressed stop. That's pretty neat. Let's see, there's so many. Let's try vinyl. So we can compress that a little bit. Okay, so there's some differences in these. Not much. I'm not hearing too much. That kind of controls it a little bit better. And then we can go back over here. And we can go back over here and kind of play through our sounds and our different stylers. I feel like the 80s is a little bit quieter than the rest of them. The 70s is pretty bright sounding. It's a tad bit darker with the 60s. And then really dark with the 50s. So then I guess you could kind of bring in the tone to make that a little bit brighter. Okay, so now let's look at our mechanics here. See what this is. Okay, so that's kind of like if you have any of your vinyl type plugins and you're adding some of that flutteriness. I think that's what that's doing. Oh, so that's bringing in kind of a pulsating effect. Another type of pulse. And then I guess that's just controlling like how fast these effects are going. Yeah. And then down here, we're just controlling the overall output of that. And then you've got your input as well, how much signal you want to pull in. So let's try it on something else. Let's give it a shot on the vocals. Why not?
St. Patrick Catholic, I'm the real gun preacher, vet leader, military.
All right, so that vocal already has a little bit of effect to it. It's got a specific type of feel, and I feel like that's something that you could probably achieve with the Retro-Fi. So let's put it on one of the verses here.
Schwarzenegger in these suckers and started my movie with a huge blast. Trigger happy, need more villains to smash. Briefcase full of cash, pockets full of bombs. Bad guys wearing islands, waiting for response. Feeling the passion, getting in action, certain fashion, shooting and getting fire. Tracking beyond the move, smacking and taking the lens with the fabrics. Keep piling gadgets, taking the lenses to life, it's graphics, semi-automatic, hitting the bunch systematic. We are on the move, smacking, attacking, advanced bulletproof fabrics. Geek providing gadgets, high-tech glasses for night vision graphics, semi-automatic, hitting it one systematic, fools getting dramatic. Traumatic, cutting down, don't panic, getting a little romantic. Sparkles and eyes shows me she's ready for the magic.
Wow. Okay. So that was kind of cool. So a lot of different options there. With the vocal, I think I probably like it best on the vocal. Now we can try to go back and bring back, because I did notice that I had the mix knob all the way up. So let's go back to our bass here and see what that sounds like when we bring it in parallel style. The feedback on this thing is for days. Do you hear that? I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know what's causing it. I have the feedback all the way down. Of course, the reverb was all the way in, so let's pull that back. That's not it. Is it the cassette? Yeah, okay. So the cassette, it's got a lot of extra feedback on there. So the noise, okay, so the noise is something, so kind of like some of those analog plugins where you've got an analog switch where it just adds a noise back into it, supposed to be simulating a console. I'm guessing that's what that is, because when it's in You know, we're not even playing anything, but you've got level coming in even when you're not playing the track. Okay, so I think I might like this more on vocals and creating a sound. You're getting a little bit of variation with this section over here in the device section. And of course, you know, you're adding some delay, echo, and some reverb there. I kind of like the spring. A little goes a long way. I do appreciate the filters down here. The mono switch is pretty cool. And your overall output, that's important. I'm not real sure about the noise section. I feel like we could have done something cool with the cassette and the vinyl here. Maybe if it was incorporated more into this whole decade section. Because, I mean, that's what you got from some of those decades. I think I'd probably use it mostly on vocals. I didn't really find anything special about it for any of the other tracks. But also, like I said, this is my first reaction. This is the first time I've just downloaded it. Before hitting record on this, I didn't even try to test it out. I wanted to just kind of do that right here, right now. And these are my first initial thoughts. Organic textures with real analog glue and character. Retrofy doesn't just stack various random effects onto your tracks, it's designed to act and feel like a true living, breathing analog device. The 4 sections are built serially while also internally routed so that they act together like a singular unit. The result, better match sounds that feel organically glued without the artificial feel you sometimes get when adding a digital lo-fi effect. Instantly vintage, timelessly classic, Retrofy is the first choice for true analog lo-fi sound. Yeah, I didn't get that. So, I mean, obviously, if we're putting these people's names on here, these well-known producers and artists, what am I missing here? So let's go back and try some of the presets. Let's put it back on this here. Have it in bypass first. And let's go through some of the presets. Okay, well, the presets, I figured with all of the name dropping here, we would have had some presets done by those folks. But that's not the case. So, I don't know, let's try vinyl. So it just sounds like a lawnmower. It was accidentally recorded with that. Alright, so let's try this on some drums now. Okay. So we have this on cassette 2 now. Okay. Cassette and vinyl. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the whole vinyl thing, but that doesn't sound anything like a vinyl. It sounds like your car needs to go into the shop. So I don't understand that. Yeah, that's weird. Oh, okay. Here's where we do all of our name dropping. Okay. So, artist. Yeah, I actually don't really know any of these people. Am I supposed to know these people? Oh, I know that one. Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's just huge 80s vocal. All right. Well, let's pull that back down on the vocal then and see what we got.
Full of cash, pockets full of bombs. Bad guys wearing islands, waiting for response. Feeling the passion, getting an action, certain fashion, shooting the Gatling, fires cracking, satellite tracking. We're on the move, smacking, attacking, advanced bulletproof fabrics. Geek providing gadgets, high-tech glasses for night vision graphics, semi-automatic, killing everyone systematic. Fools getting dramatic, hot chick dramatic, telling her don't panic, getting a little romantic. Sparkles and eyes shows me she's ready for the magic.
Okay, so I see what it's doing there. I think I would probably stick with the presets and just find something that suits what I'm looking for, what's fitting the overall, feel of the song that you're mixing or that you're producing, because this would be maybe something that you're using during production or for demo purposes. So what are my overall thoughts on this? Well, if you haven't been able to pick up on that, I don't believe it's going to be in one of my favorites, but it does add some cool things. I'm really not sure about that whole vinyl thing. Even in the presets, that was putting off a sound that I really do not care for. Now, this may be something for like some completely different stuff, like different styles of music. Obviously, this is not a hip hop song, but I just feel like, what else would it be adding? It didn't really add anything to the bass, to that 808 drop, so I'm not really sure. I think this may be something more for electronic sound, bass, and a lot of electronic sound is in hip hop and rap these days. So maybe that's where this is going. Maybe this is something, for vocal effects or just making your own effects in general, like your own sound effects library. But for me, I think I'm probably going to just stick with my Sound Toys rack. I feel like there's a lot of cleaner sounding things. And then if I need to add in a vinyl, I do love the Waves vinyl, their Abbey Road vinyl. That's one of my favorite Waves plugins. So I feel like that was just something better. And this may be strictly for just making sound effects. So those are my initial thoughts. My, first reaction to the plugin. I'm just not feeling it like a lot of those reviews. And they've got a ton of reviews from all of the names that they've dropped on here saying how great it is. And I mean, they're a business. They're trying to sell their latest product. However, I just feel like it's probably not something for me, and I'm not really going to be using it, because of the majority of the stuff that I get to mix. And I just feel like I'm going to be able to, accomplish those vinyl sounds with Waves vinyl plugin rather than this. I feel like the noise section really didn't add a whole lot. Well, actually, it added a whole lot. It just wasn't appealing to me. So anyways, up to you though. Obviously, tons of people are downloading it, purchasing it, and using it and really liking what it does. However, for me, not necessarily going in my arsenal of plugins. But let me know what you think, what your thoughts are on this. Maybe you know how to use this plugin a lot better than I do, and especially for only using it for the length of this video. And maybe you've got some tips on how I can use it, where I should use it to get the most benefit from it. But if you did enjoy this video and found something helpful from it, please consider hitting the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can see more content just like it. And also, while you're here, don't forget to check out all of my templates and my mixing course on my website at fairairmusic.com. It's the best and quickest way that you can help support this channel, and it keeps allowing me to create more content. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. We'll talk soon.